Laissez-moi parler, laissez-moi dire sans penser.
What's going on, YouTube? My name is Ralph.
And my name is Chapat.
And together we are
The
JPs. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Two Hearts.
One beat.
One beat. First and foremost, we really want to thank you guys for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. Make sure when you subscribe, you hit that bell.
Yes, be sure to hit the bell when you subscribe so that you can get notifications of when we post our new videos.
Yes.
Which will be every Thursday night. So stay tuned for all of our new videos every Thursday night.
Every Thursday, we're dropping a new video. So, for today's topic, let's just go right into it, man. Let's get to it. Chapette, what we talking about?
So today, we're going to be talking about the infamous list.
The list.
So I'm super excited to talk about the list.
I bet you are.
My list is pretty amazing.
I bet it was.
So I had a list years and years ago,
Yeah.
and it had a lot on there. Had over 100 positive adjectives is how I describe
Over 100?
it. Yes.
Was that like 97 out of the 81? 62? 43?
That's not important, Ralph. So yes, so I had a crazy list. And it had adjectives, tall,
Oh, okay.
muscular.
I get it. I see why I wasn't. I see why I didn't make it.
I only told you
No,
one.
well, yeah, but I mean the tall one, because I ain't tall, but I'm saying it doesn't matter. Like I think in some countries though that we've gone to, I'm really tall. It depends. I'm not gonna say the country, but in some countries I'm really.
It's okay, Ralph.
I don't have to make a case.
No need to make a case. We're married.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
It's okay. No need to make a case. I changed my list down the line and you met it. Okay.
Appreciate it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So my list had,
I'm a 100.
yes, humble, kind,
Yeah.
family oriented, tall, muscle, six pack. It had a lot. So it had superficial items and also real items as well. It was a bit too much, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What was on your list, Ralph?
Men, we don't really have a list like you guys, and I'm not speaking for all men, but for me, I'll say a lot of men that I met, we don't have a list where it has like all these qualities on there. Our list has actual women on there, like people. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so let me explain. My list had on there Jennifer Lopez, Halle Berry, Lisa Ray. At one point, I had Britney Spears on the list. That's what our list, and these mean a lot to us.
What does? You don't even know them.
So okay, I don't have to know them. I do know them. They just don't know me. There's a difference. So if I put Halle Berry on the list, then it may mean something like I like women with a low cut, you know what I'm saying? A little caramel, you know what I'm saying? If I put Jennifer Lopez on the list, you know what that means.
All right, so you didn't really have a list.
I did.
You just had all the pretty women on TV. So over the years, thank God, we've grown up. We no longer have these, Ralph no longer has his list of women. And I don't have my list of 100. I narrowed my list down to more realistic because my list was more so this perfect guy that does not exist.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the list sometimes. And again, we're not here to bash the list because in some ways it can help, someone identify what they're looking for. But in a lot of ways, sometimes we put a lot of superficial things on the list. Or we are, like Chapette saying, looking for that perfect person that doesn't exist. We're still able and capable of loving each other and still not having to be perfect, right? So what we've learned over the years is as we've matured, we've arranged our list and put some things on there that we feel are a lot more powerful for, especially for those that are looking to go into like those serious relationships. So we have 7 things that we want to share with you guys that we put on our list, and we just consider that you consider to put those on your list as well. If it's not on there, just consider it. Putting it on your list, you know what I'm saying? And ladies, you ain't gotta have 6'6", 6-pack. I don't know. Like, I'm not here representing all the short men, but what I'm saying is, like, what does if a man is 6'6", like,
he can reach the cabinets, Ralph.
that means your cabinets are too high. That's what that means. That means your cabinets are too high. But how does that relate to just a strong relationship? You know what I mean?
Right.
And again, I'm not bashing all the tall men. I'm not here to represent all the short men. But I'm just saying, like I said, I'm tall in certain countries. Like daylight savings times, I'm really tall, like 5'8", tall.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, the list, the list is what we want to talk about. So here are my 7 that I've identified, and I'm not saying them in any particular order in terms of importance. I'm just listing out my 7. So number 1, I'm looking for a woman who is loving, and I found that woman. Loving. Reason why is, in that home that we're going to build, that home is going to need to contain a lot of love, a lot of peace. There's such a beautiful thing about coming home to a house that's filled with love. So I'm looking for a woman that should be able to help me build that. Number 2, I'm looking for a woman who's respectful. I'm looking at it in a biblical sense in Ephesians 5 where it talks about respecting your husband. And that means a lot to me. So I think respect should be on a lot of people's list.
Yeah, respect for me was number 1 on my list. I didn't include it on this top 7, but number 1 had to be someone that I respected, that I trusted, and that respect I had for them just because of my personality. I wanted to make sure that the way I treat you, or the way I treated that person, the way I treat you more specifically, it was treated with respect in every single aspect, whether it's a disagreement or, just any aspect of what we may be dealing with.
Yeah, that's very important. Number 3, I'm looking for a woman who's trustworthy. Reason why I put trustworthy on the list is because as men, we don't always open up. We tend to hold a lot of things in. So in those moments where we do open up, we need someone that we can trust with that kind of information. Someone that's going to, we can really confide in, and that's not going to take that information and share with all their little homegirls and all that nonsense, right? So when we do open up, we want to make sure that we are opening up to someone that is trustworthy. Number 4, I need a woman who's ambitious. I want to be able to support her dreams, her goals, her vision, her purpose. So someone that is ambitious is always looking for the next thing. You're giving me something to make sure that I support you on. Number 5, confidence. I read this quote the other day that the most beautiful thing a woman can wear is confidence. And a woman who is confident, man, that's such a powerful thing in a relationship because she knows who she is and she doesn't let society and others sway her and deter her from knowing and understanding who she is. And I think that's a really great quality to have.
Yeah, for my ladies, definitely being confident. You know who you are. You're happy with who you are. You're accepting of who you are. And like Ralph said, society is not shifting who you are. Of course, we change over time, but still within those changes, you still are true to self.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 6, I'll say a woman that's encouraging. And encouraging is important because society, for us fellas, sometimes society beats us up, man. And every now and then we need to have that person that's going to encourage us with words, really build us. Because there's moments where out there in workplace, wherever, it's not always a pretty place. So that encouraging presence in that home is very important. And last on my list, number 7, looking for a woman who's patient. Patience, because there's a lot of decisions that we're going to make together. And if you have someone that's not patient, sometimes you can rush into a decision and not make a wise decision. So patience, really taking time to look at things from different angles and not being able to be rushed on certain things.
That's a solid.
Those are my 7.
That's a solid list.
Yeah, I took Halle Berry off the list and I put things like that on the list.
Yeah, that is a great maturity.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Very proud of you.
What's on your list?
So my list, of course, my top 7, and one that is important to both Ralph and I is, of course, the person has to be a believer. That's for Ralph and I, that was number 1 on our list. So that makes 8, but that was on our list. So, but for my 7. Is the person has to be a provider. And provider, of course, first thing we think about when we hear provider is financial, providing financially, income. But, providing goes so much further than that. It goes into having a vision and leading your family with that vision.
Ooh,
and
that's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's real good. That's good.
And being able to lead your family in that vision.
Yeah.
So that's number 1 for me. Someone who's compassionate, someone who cares for others, shows kindness, sincere kindness, and care and concern. Someone who's able to put others before them when it's necessary as well. Someone who's mature. So the maturity to create a non-superficial list.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, maturity. That's
maturity to change and grow over time. Yeah. And with that maturity, of course, understanding your responsibilities and doing what needs to be done and not necessarily what you want to do at all times. Yeah. Also comes with that maturity.
Yeah, I think when it comes to maturity, a lot of it is priority.
Right.
Sometimes I think women mistake age for maturity. So just because a man is older doesn't mean he's mature. The same way, just because a man is younger doesn't mean he's immature. Right. I think a lot of it comes down to experience, more so what you do with your experience. So you can have a younger man who's, not as old as you are, but still be very mature. That's important. He's understood how to prioritize what's important.
Right. And along the lines of maturity, someone who's driven, who has goals and has realistic ways and to accomplish these goals as well is extremely important for me.
Yeah, that's good because, I think if you have a man who is not driven and he meets a woman who is driven, that's a dangerous combination because one or two things are going to happen. When she's continuing to accomplish and achieve, he can either be jealous or he can try to hold her back. Right, because now you're attacking his ego. So I think it's good for both to be driven individuals.
And as driven individuals, it leads to my next item on the list of being supportive. You're able, one, to support that person in their dreams and their goals, but also able to support them emotionally, able to provide that support that they need as we go through different things in life, and being reliable and someone that they can count on for that support as well. Number 6 for me is someone who is faithful. So someone who you can trust. And of course, faithfulness comes with, trusting that person is loyal to you.
And only you.
And only you and no one else. That's one piece of it. But also someone who is sincere in their thoughts and their actions and show that loyalty to you and your relationship. And then my last one is decisive. You definitely have to be decisive to be able to make sound decisions. And I know that your decision is sound, that you didn't just pull it out of the air.
And not wishy-washy.
And that, there was a thought process that went behind your decision. Right.
That's good. Yes, I see 6 feet wasn't on there because
I grew up.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you grew up. So those are our 7, and what we'll say too is none of this happens without communication.
Right.
Communication is so important in any relationship, whether we're talking about dating or we're talking about marriage. So those were our 7 that we're asking that you guys consider putting on your list as well. But we want to know what's on your list right now.
Yes.
So ladies, tell us what's on your list. Fellas, if you have a list, let us know what's on your list. If it's a woman that's on your list, I don't care. You can go ahead and put it down. Comment below. Let us know what's on your list.
We definitely want to know what's on the list. And, there's so much more that can be on the list. But, I would advise don't put 100 items on the list.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
Yeah. And I would say, look at things that are beyond the superficial. Look at things that are going to be beneficial to your relationship. We want to thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribe. Again, remember to comment below. Let us know what's on your list. Also comment and let us know what are some things that you want us to continue talking about. We appreciate all the love and support we've been getting on this channel. Our channel is 2 hearts, 1 being. We thank you guys. We love you guys. And what we're hoping for is strong, healthy relationships and marriages. That's why we're doing what we're doing. So continue to watch us.
Stay tuned.
Check out my watch though. Watch gauge sick. Yeah, but for real though, what number am I?